ATL. I'm Marcus Ryan. Joining me in the studio today is Regina DeSilva. She's with DeSilva Kitchen. That sounds like it's going to be a food store here.
It is, yeah.
And you grew up in food preparation or being involved in kitchens.
I did. So very early on, well, everyone in my family cooks. I mean, every single person in my family can cook.
Pressure.
At first growing up, it didn't seem like pressure. It was more, oh, go knead this flour or go season the chicken, and in each time you go and do a part of the process, you're not realizing that you're learning how to cook, and you know how to cook before you even know that you know how to cook.
Great point. It's like being immersed in a language. Mm-hmm. You know how if you're around people speaking that language, you pick up little by little, and pretty soon you don't even realize, but you're fluent.
You're fluent. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you grew up like that's. What's nice about that is sometimes you don't know what you're going to do with your life, but it's always nice to have a trade, something that you know you can do regardless.
Yes.
So what's interesting though is you have all this background in kitchen work and in food. And you opened your business just a couple of years ago, 2019. Mm-hmm. So from the time you opened it to now, the world has changed and changed back and changed again.
Yes.
How did that happen for you?
Well, when I first started 2019, I was cooking for people before I officially decided to launch my business. And then 2019 was a big year. I got all of these corporate clients, and I knew what to do because my dad was in food as well. And then 2020, things, of course, slowed down. People weren't gathering. We have this whole global pandemic, and, we have to pivot to everything being COVID-friendly and boxing up meals individually and just making sure everything is safe for everyone. And more of a drop-off model instead of face-to-face with people and interacting like we normally do.
Yeah. So it went from a bricks and mortar to almost a delivery service.
Yes.
To keep you alive.
Yes, a ghost kitchen model.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that was something did you find the business, of course, shrunk a little bit during that time.
It did.
But what do you think it was that kept you going through that 2020?
Well, people still need to eat.
Yes.
It is a business that no matter what, people need to eat. Yeah. And because I do care about health, a lot of our meals are health conscious. That really helped to keep things into perspective, even through a pandemic, because people decided, okay, I want to take my health more serious. I want more health conscious meals. And what do you provide that will keep me in line with, staying healthy?
Yeah. And so that was a natural thing for you because your food is already healthy. Mm-hmm. So then going to delivering it, preparing it in a way that extends that into physical health, not touching and sanitizing and that kind of thing. That's part of how that works.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we already have lots of food health training,
Yes.
Safe serve training, so.
Yeah, safe serve, I'm familiar with that. You don't bring your own food into the restaurant.
Exactly.
Now, so tell me a little bit about the nature of your food. I know that it's healthy, but can you break it down? Is it vegan? Is it paleo?
So we have clients that are strictly keto, strictly Whole30, or like a paleo diet. So really we have clients that say, here's your food profile. This is what I want to be able to eat. And we stick to that. So really tailor it. So since the pandemic, we had to start tailoring our menus, and that really set us apart from our competition to be able to make food profiles for most of our clients.
That's actually fascinating because you basically then, it's almost modular. I come and I say, I'm paleo. You'll say, okay, then you have this and this and this already as options for you. Now we can prepare it another way as well, but it's almost like a la carte in a way, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yeah, that food profile is something that we look at and we study for each client to say, okay, you need less salt, but you like spicy. So we will tailor all your dishes towards that. So we have clients that just do meal prep, and we literally cook everything that they put in their mouth.
Wow.
We have clients that, Monday through Friday, it's just your work week, and these are your meals, or we have the 7-day-a-week plan. And our corporate clients are coming back now, so things are exciting, and it's a really busy time, especially for the holidays.
Oh yeah, I bet it is coming up to that. Speaking of holidays, I'm thinking about the fact that you talked about part of the impetus for starting your business was the idea of sharing food, being a family, getting to know each other, using that as a commonality with people.
Yes.
That's important for you.
Yes, that's where my passion for food comes from. I love the fact that people gather with food.
Yes.
Food brings people together. And if you really think about it, that's what we want. We want more of a community feel. Even though we've been having to be separated for so long with the pandemic, people need to come together.
They do. Well, you think about it, the word companion comes with companion pod bread. The person with who you share bread.
Oh.
And so that's a companion. You don't just share a meal with anybody. You're a companion. That's sort of a familiar term.
Yes.
And historically, it has been that sort of thing where each family has their ritual. To this day, I only like my mother's potato salad. There's certain meals you think that's a family thing, and nothing else can make me happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you have any meals that you kind of brought forward from your time with your father in the kitchen?
Well, my mom's meals. It's funny. My father has a restaurant, but my mom is where I really get my food from. My father is more of the business side of the restaurant business, but my mom is more of the cooking. And her recipes and my grandmother's recipes and my great-grandmother, I grew up with really strong women, and they really taught me how to cook. Like my great-grandmother, we're Trinidadian, so she taught me how to make roti. And everyone in our village used to come to her for the roti. My grandmother, she makes like the best stewed chicken or stewed fish, and she's really great with flavors. She knows how to put together anything just based off of flavors that go well together. So that is really the basis of cooking. If you know what flavor profiles go well together, then you can put anyone in the kitchen with simple ingredients and you can make a spectacular meal. Sort of like how Chopped, that show Chopped?
Right, yes. I was going to ask you about that. Yeah. Why do you bring it up? Yeah. So you really identify with that.
Yeah, for sure.
What do you think, is your favorite meal, or what do you think the favorite meal is for people to come to your restaurant?
The lemon garlic fish. That is definitely a crowd favorite. If you're a vegan or a vegetarian, we do a great curry, chickpea, and pumpkin dish. People really love that. Our dessert menu, if you just want to cheat and eat something sweet, we have really great desserts. Our lemon blueberry cake, that's a favorite.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah, we have plenty of dishes that people really love. Our jerk chicken, if you like spicy food. The stew fish, the curry fish and shrimp meal, that's also a big one as well.
My family spent, back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, they spent a considerable amount of time in Trinidad. My extended family, my parents, and in fact, my physician now, my general practitioner, is from Trinidad.
Really?
And they just rave about the food. Now, the guy from Trinidad, my doctor, it's just normal to him. But my family kept going back there and back there and back there, and just loved the food and the commonality you had, what people did over food, sharing all of that.
Yeah.
Well, you represent it well. I mean, people like to do business with people they like, and you're very likable, and you're beautiful, and you have all this background in food and in cooking. And so, any plans for the immediate future for your restaurant?
Yes. So, 2022, we are getting into productions, working on our first production deal, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, so we want to be on movie sets to do the food for the entire, a series of, like your season 18 of the show.
That is a booming thing.